Alive and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man D Real coming at you with another Be Real with D Real, where edutainment explains it. Once again, you see up in the corner, Antagonists issue number 4. We are carrying on. Y'all pull up for the pull up. You saw the last issue, The Darlings. Okay. It's interesting. I'll give you that. And then some stuff is getting ready to happen that you don't expect to happen. So, for all of the surprise, shock, and delight, let's get into it. The Antagonist, issue number 4. Tyler F. Martin, Huebert Khan. Different artists, but you can barely tell because their art styles seem very similar. So I think that was something done on purpose. Maybe, maybe not. Let's do what we need to do so we can do what we want to do. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the Be Real with D-Real page so that when the material comes out, you get it. If you're digging with a brother shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. Why? Because, not just because entertainment is what I do. The Antagonist, issue number 4. Godhood Comics, Tyler Martin, Huebert Khan. Let's go. We start off with a top secret facility in Colorado. Action. We keep hearing about action. We keep seeing the mention of the organization Action. We keep seeing action. Okay. What is action? They put the acronym right up there for you. American Counter-Terrorist Inquiry of Nemesis. And we see that same little wormy, nerdy looking dude that was talking to the director. He is going into this facility. What's in this facility? What's in this action? Site number 44. We see a white man standing butt naked. And some tubes open up that can only have living beings in them, and not just any living beings. Superpowered beings, Dr. Lupin, Raptor, and Milkman. Criminals, apparently, because they have collars around their necks. And this naked man is telling them, y'all all supervillains, but you can get free today, and all you need to do is kill me. And so they like, yeah, we're going to take advantage of that. Let the milk flow, let the wolf man come out and the raptor and all of that. And a couple seconds later, they all dead. So this must be that overkill guy. Yeah. It would make sense. His name would make a lot of sense now. Okay, so he's got a dossier. Who's his next targets? Y'all already know. Calvin and Tanya Eval. That's the next ones on his list. But what are they doing right now? Entertaining guests for dinner, and the banter is classic. Miss Darling asks Mrs. Eval, "This breakfast is delightful. What is your secret?" And Tanya tells her, seasoning. Say it without saying it. No, most times I just push a few buttons on the microwave. Well, cool that you can have a telepathic conversation with your spouse while you got people in the house, so that y'all know y'all really feel the same way about them. But I see that young Trey is missing, and he is entertaining the only other teenager in the room that he can identify with. She identifies with the fact that she doesn't get to do anything in her life, and he doesn't either, but for different reasons. He still look like Michael B. Jordan. And now, here they are throwing up a toast to A-Day. For those of you that didn't know, A-Day is a day where Destructus and Ultima seized the capital, launched a nuclear weapon out of our arsenal, and killed our prime not our, but the prime superhero of this universe, the American. So that's what A-Day is. Commemoration. One of those never forget holidays again. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So long as y'all understand. And so we hear all of that. The young people, as they always are, want to do sometimes, have no knowledge of the information and history that came before them. And boom, Aaliyah is no exception. Destructus and Ultima sound familiar. But Taj knows more, and he gives us the quick history on Destructus and Ultima. Supervillain duo, 90s, 2000s. Took the capital, retired for some reason. And that reason we find out was to make babies. Oh, let me get this thing out of the way so everybody can see. Boom. There we go. Continue on and on and on and on. Okay. Now we get into more conversation about politics and liberals and all of this kinds of things and being conservative and what's better and what's not. And they're simply saying they don't celebrate A-Day for the same reason a lot of people of African American descent don't celebrate the 4th of July. Independence meant for some, meant bondage for others. How can I celebrate a day of freedom when I can't trace that freedom as far back as other people in this country can? It's a good conversation. But Calvin's like, nah, we need to go ahead and cut this conversation out because it's getting too cray-cray. And if it's getting too boring in his comic book because there's too much damn talking, so what do you do for fun around here? Honestly, there's nothing, as if that wasn't a cue for some shit to jump off. And in true comic book fashion, it is. People with guns coming into the house. The Darling's getting shot. Calvin swinging into action with his powers, like he never forgot how to use them. Just like Tanya is getting the kids to safety. And we're wondering where Trey was. We saw what happened. There was an explosion. Trey was trying to protect young Miss Darling. But Calvin ain't having nothing happen to his kids. Calvin ain't having nothing happen to his kids. What did he say? Now let's see if all those space movies Taj forced us to watch come in handy. I find you sons of bitches' lack of faith disturbing. Good old force choke. And as we can see from a wide angle picture outside, there's heat vision and folks flying around. So that means the evals are tearing people up individually. And my man's up there on top of a tank, just as calm as he wants to be. This is just another day rounding up superhumans for him. Look at him, calm as a cucumber. But there's Trey trying to find young Miss Darling, and he finds her all right. She dead. She definitely dead. Now, I don't know why he's feeling this level of grief for someone that he just met, that he leaves himself defenseless in a situation like this. Or maybe he's not defenseless because his mama's crazy. Yes, his mama is 100% crazy. Y'all better leave Ultima's child alone. She ain't having it. And listen to those instructions. Very important. Get Taj and Aaliyah to your father's study. Go to the Malcolm X painting and place your index finger on his ring. Say your name, then look into his eyes. In case y'all were wondering, what is he talking about? Well, y'all remember antagonist number 1, right? That study right there with the Malcolm X ring. You dig? See, we keep receipts around these here parts. We keep receipts around these here parts. Back to the action. Meanwhile, Calvin's doing the Matrix, holding bullets back, but he wants a little help from his super strong powerhouse wife, and he's probably gonna get it. Meanwhile, Taj, Aaliyah, and Traylon are still hiding, but they all know they have powers that can be used. So they're going to use it. How? Look here. Aaliyah can phase. Duh. And so off they go. Bullet free, right? Meanwhile, mom and dad going crazy, doing what they do. Yes, sir, Bob. And they're fine as long as they're inside. But then when she takes the show outside, she makes herself a target. And I wonder, after 20 years, why didn't anybody think to hit Ultima with gas? And then out comes Calvin. And they've got something for Calvin too, because Calvin has mental powers, but they got a backup plan. He shoots something at Calvin. It hits him in the head. It keeps him from using his powers. It makes him get his butt whooped, and extensively his butt gets whooped. Until finally, he decides to get up and do like all villains do and do some dirty stuff. Headbutt, that's what you get. And then he got shot. Oh my goodness. Ultima and Destructive has been taken down. And in New York City earlier that day, who gets approached? Lady Liberty, who's upset that she couldn't do more on the anniversary of the American's death. She was there that day, remember? And now that wormy little guy is there letting her know what's going on. We found Destructors and Ultima. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Next issue is the lesser of two evils. So what did y'all think? What do you think about the Antagonist? Is this a good read? Is this a good story? Do y'all want these stories to keep going? Well, guess what y'all gonna need to do? Y'all gonna have to get real familiar with Godhood Comics. Y'all gonna have to support Godhood Comics so that we can continue to get antagonist stories. Not to mention, they got stories about the Americans. They got stories about a host of other heroes that we could be tapping into. But look here, y'all. There it is. That's issue number 4 of the Antagonist. Are you enjoying it? Are you liking it? Are you feeling it? Let me know in the comments. That's it for now. But fret not, I will be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other.